All right, here we are with the 100K's most wanted. Here we are, David King. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Mate, I had to in the end. You blokes would drive me insane. I had to say yes. I was scared you're going to track me down at home or something.
So good. Hey, we had to come all the way to the Gabba to find you. So first of all, why did you agree to this?
Well, the constant text messaging on a Friday morning was just out of control. And in the end, Corns, he said, if you don't sort these blokes out, it's going to blow up the machine. So that was fun. A couple of guys at SEN in the office said, listen, I've got these guys ringing us, chasing us. They're mates of mine. Can you look after them?
Perfect.
So in the end, that was what got me. But I've done a couple. I've done Swoop Luke and a couple of the smaller ones. I don't mind having a bit of fun, talking a bit of footy. It's we don't take ourselves too seriously.
Awesome.
Right?
All right, so secondly, we want to know, what is the HP laptop? Why do you have it? What is on it? What sort of systems are you running on it? Excel, you've always got it. What are you looking at when you are broadcasting?
Don't blow the myth. Don't blow the myth. You don't think for a minute that I'm going to come on here and tell you there's nothing on it, so that you guys can cost me my job. No, we have a heap of stats and stuff there, and all my notes. I basically email myself my notes for a game and for a review. So when you're going through a game, all my game notes are there. It's too hard flicking through papers and pages when you're on air. So I find that if I have it just in front of me there, I know what I'm roughly going to say. I know what I've done on review, and then you just work your way through it. So that's what's on it for first crack and those sorts of shows. And in game like today, you just need the stats there to sometimes just look up who's had what and where the game's been won. So it's just to make sure you're correct in your review of players, because you're talking about their jobs.
Yeah, perfect. Now, third of all, there's been a lot of speculation. Can you confirm or deny, is Brent Daniels your son?
Well, look.
It's uncanny. It's uncanny. We've got some photos.
Shannon Hearn. Shannon Hearn was the
Bunger.
first.
You got Bunger and Binger.
Of my children, and then made me way to Brent Daniels. No, I tell you what, he's going pretty well, the little fella.
He's unbelievable.
He would have been handy for the last 5 minutes last night. There'll be a story there during the week, but that's quite funny, isn't it? He does look a bit like me.
He looks so much. We've been saying it for so long.
I feel sorry for him. In 40 years, he'll be fat, he'll be overweight, and he'll be gone.
All right, next one. So, Jared, how rattled was he? Was there a lot on that when all those tweets were coming out, or was that legit? Was he legitimately rattled?
He was rattled, which was sort of funny. I found it really amusing, and he just had no idea how to handle it. He'd never been in that sort of situation before. Jared's a pure man. He doesn't want anything inaccurate out there in any way, shape, or form. But he's just learning. You got to laugh at yourself sometimes. So he was got big time. That
was so good. We even had a little tweet that we put out there as well, which went in the stream. So that was a good one. Also want to know, if you're the list manager at Tassie, you can draft any two players, one past of all time and one present. Who are you taking? Any two.
Any two Cousins. Ben Cousins, they definitely come to
the
games. And
that's a great answer.
He's a great leader, he's a great motivator, and he's back on track now. I think he's a superstar fella. I've never met a more charismatic guy than Ben Cousins. So he'd unite the whole joint. Don't worry about the north and south of Tassie, you'd sort that out in a heartbeat. And a current player, you got to go to the top of the tree, don't you? I think we're going to watch Charlie Curran.
There we go.
And you need gun centre half forwards, full forwards to bring the crowds in the end if you haven't got star factor mid. So they'll be the two.
Love that. Now look, you're our Stephen A, our Nick Wright. What sort of work goes into a week for you? And are you doing all your own stats, or do you have someone in the weeds pulling up some stuff? Because you must be busy as.
Oh, most of our stuff's done in review or preview, like Monday, Tuesday. I do a fair bit of work with Hoyne. I've always been close to the Champion Data guys, Glenn Luff originally, then Daniel Hoyne. And we're just looking for ways to find the stats that really matter. And we've sort of refined it now in the last couple of years to, we call it the core four, the four things, the four pillars of the game. And then it takes you down, rabbit holes to whether they're good or bad or indifferent, to try and find answers or problems or reasons. And then it always comes back to player or coach. So that most of my work's done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you get to present it when you're on air on the weekend. Yeah.
Now, we've heard that you absolutely love coffees. How many of you smack in a day?
Oh, mate, I love them. Yeah, I do. I've got an addiction. I've got a few addictions.
And what is the order?
No, she's a very basic, standard hot flat white.
Love it. And how many?
Yeah. Just the one shug. But I'd probably have, I reckon, half a dozen a day. Yeah, I love them. I can't get enough of them.
That is so good. That is some serious intel. All right, let's get into some sport. So the Brownlow, we know that you are heavily invested in Nick Dacos. Is the bet still alive, or has it been cashed out?
No, it's still alive, but I did cash out on one with a mate of mine, which is getting a lot of feedback at the moment. I'm mad for a cash out. I reckon you just got to make money.
I had a couple this year.
Just got to make money in this tough financial crisis we're in at the moment, my friend. Times are tough. You've got to just keep things turning over.
I'd Kerno for the Coleman and Petrarca for the Brownlow. Can cash that one out. So I'm a little bit nervous on that.
I'll tell you what, my best one, Dacos at 48-1's a ripper, and I've got Bontempelli into Brisbane.
Oh, geez, that's cool.
That's a price.
Heavily invested in the Lions tonight.
Well, we'd like them to win tonight,
yes.
put it that way.
This one here, so we've got our own man at the 100k, so the Brownlow Shark, he does every single vote for every game.
Right.
He has Dacos finishing on 31, Bont 30, Butters 28, Neil and Petrarca 27. I'm sure you've done your own votes. Where do you see it?
I think you'll know after about round 8,
Yep.
or 6, 7 or 8, around that area there. I'm not sure that Dacos gets the 3 every time.
Yeah.
And if he's not where they've got him marked or pegged at that particular stage, then it's game on.
Yeah.
I think Butters could be the real wild card. When Juddy won it that year, they just stamped the 3s in games that they win. They won 13 in a row. So I like Bont. I think he'll be a fair way off him at the halfway mark and come with a rush. And who knows what the umpires are doing with Petrarca. I mean, he's going to get a stack of votes.
I'll be shattered if he wins it. I'll be happy, but I'll also be shattered. Have you looked at any of the markets? Do you have a favourite bet? So obviously there's the Dacos and Bontempelli tie at $11, which we like, because you never know. Obviously they could split votes, but is there any that you've looked at that you might go live betting?
I think Jeremy Cameron's will get the most votes for the Cats.
Yeah.
That's like few are talking about
$1.15.
that. Oh, is that all it is? I haven't had a real close look. Jared Waitley drives me insane. He does this Brownlow multi. He does 8-leggers.
Does he love it that much?
We've never got one. No, does he love it? He's already texted me about it. Seriously, I can show you the text, right? I can tell you, this is what he's going to go with tomorrow. Let me bring it up for you. This is fair income. Waitley, where is he? Jared Waitley.
This is the Waitley multi. Here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Dawson most votes, Kerno, Merritt, Sarong, Anderson, Toby, Green, Butters, Sinclair, Goulden. He's got Cameron at the bottom there. What's that? $7.68. So make sure you load up on that.
Got no hope. Well, if you put Cameron in it goes up again. But he's off his head, Jared. He loves the Brownlow. He reckons he got it about 10 times in a row at the ABC, and is 0 from about 6
since he got
the big cash at SEN.
I love that. Look, now we're obviously a big NFL pod as well. Who do you go for, and why? And who's your Super Bowl prediction?
I've always been 49ers, and I followed Russell Wilson. I like Russell Wilson. I don't know why. I just always liked him coming through. I probably like college footy more, but it's this year. I'd be surprised if the Cowboys didn't finally get it done.
They'll find a way to shirk it.
They look good on defense.
Who do you like in college? Because we're actually massive into college. We've seen about 4 or 5 games.
Have you?
USC. We saw a couple of. Went to the Rose Bowl. Saw UCLA.
Well, Oregon are hard to not fall in love with at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
And look, the story around prime time Dion
in Colorado
is ridiculous, isn't it? So I'm fascinated by that, and I love watching that. But I think they're the best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
To watch on a early Monday morning, it's just terrific. So I'm a tragic.
We were there at the Rams Chiefs 54-51 game, and going there at the start, you're watching them sprint around Mahomes throwing like 60 yards. They're unbelievable athletes. So absolutely love that one. Now, every week we obviously try and turn $10 into 100k. What is your best ever collect?
Best ever collect.
Well, you don't say what it was, but like, what's a multi you put out? Maybe it's paying 500 to 1 or something.
I'll tell you one. We were on a Mad Monday.
This is good.
2000, and it was the night before, so it was late Sunday night. We're talking about, do we go all the way through? Do we go home, pinch a couple of hours sleep? What do we do? I was with Simpson, Matthew Burton, Shannon Grant, and we were playing Caribbean stud poker. I'd never played it before in my life. And I said, how do you play it? They said, you put $25 down, they give you 5 cards. There's a bonus structure, all this sort of stuff. Anyway, I picked up all my cards. We'd had a couple. It was about 5 in the morning. I picked up and I had 5 diamonds. Put them back down. The boys go, what do you got? So I got 5 diamonds. I said, mate, that'll be $1,000. I said, oh, perfect. Fantastic. Anyway, bloke turns them over. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King of diamonds. Straight flush. 25 grand. I spent, I reckon, 5 grand on Mad Monday. Because everywhere we went, the boys go, he'll pay.
You wouldn't have gone to bed after that.
No, it was huge. The boys went crazy.
That is so good. Now, last week you were all over Bobby Hill for 2 goals, all over it. What is your favourite market to bet on in footy? Or what are the things you like to look for? Like the line bets, goal kickers?
Not really. I don't get involved. I think it's too hard to win on disposals and goal kickers. and the odds are too short for any time goal kicker.
Yeah.
I reckon. So I really think it's a bit of a dead loss doing that. I don't bet. I like the long term bets really.
Yeah,
I think you
futures.
can get great odds at the right times. On Brisbane were $11 after round 2. Collingwood were $7.50 at the start of the year. Port Adelaide were $15 sort of 6 weeks ago, before they got on a bit of so halfway through their tear. So you can always find, if you're not getting too greedy and you're prepared to back 4 teams to win the flag and get $7 plus,
Yeah.
you're making money. That's how I roll.
100%. Now, on
Then we
this
go to
last
races
one,
and lose the whole lot. That's what we're going to do.
Spring Carnival. Now, we've got a little game of yes or no
Righto.
for you. All right, here we go. Quick fire. Melbourne should have played Grundy.
No.
Ooh, love that. The bye should be before the grand final.
Yes.
Love that. Should Jared Healy bring back the biggest stories of the year list for next season?
Well, he's got his list of 35 and he's missed Maynard. So he's in consultation now with the guys in the back office SCN. Does he add it in or does he leave it out? Who knows?
I love that. And this last one, has Sam Newman stopped taking his meds?
Oh, I'll pass on that one.
All right, and here we go. I've got one last little thing. I just want you to finish the sentence.
Don't pick a fight with Sam.
No, I won't.
He would crush you.
No, I wouldn't. I want you to finish the sentence. Greatest number 34s of all time. Shaquille O'Neal, Walter Payton.
Mick McGuan.
I was going to say David King, but well done, Mick McGuan. Hey, thanks, Kingy. Really
Good on you,
appreciate
boys.
it.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.